Hey everybody, I'm back in the Oakland studio at the moment, and so this class this week is about stepping into three-dimensional space. We're looking at spheres, so circles. I don't have a globe here around me, but instead of just a circle, a flat shape, it's actually dimensional. And so how do you do that? So we're going to look at doing something like this in steps. And you're going to need some type of something to get a circle, so a compass or something. I've got my kneaded eraser that I definitely use. I have pencils, I have a smudge stick, and I have a couple different white pencils. This is a China marker, that one's not to use. But some of these are a mixture of pencils, and I'm still trying to find some of the best ones for the projects. So you just need a white pencil. All right, here we go. I forgot to mention that we need our gray paper. So grab your gray paper. I've done a compass. And then I'm ghosting my drawing. I'm just lightly trying to see how it is. And I'm putting in my value steps. And I'm doing a lot here, more than you need to do. You at least need to see if you're going to try to do 6 or 8. There I've drawn in my shadow. So I'm going to do half of my sphere in shadow and half of it in light. And what I'm doing is I'm also making my lines going towards the center. So that's going to help with my contour lines, it's going to help turn my space. So you can see on my first pass, I'm actually being able to get my values like we worked on in our last class. So I've got different steps in the values, and then I'm going to slowly make those blend together. So I'm going over it different directions. If it wasn't on a video, I might even turn my paper up so that I could see it differently. Now I'm putting in my shadow, and again I'm putting in these steps where it's going to go. The darkest is right up against the space. It's super dark. That's the darkest of the whole drawing, is right up against where the form is. And then I'm doing all of these lines in a straight line because the shadow is laying on a table. It's not on a form. So I'm using those lines to show the direction of the surface that is laying on, which is super important. And now I'm going to start with my whites. Super light, super light, super light. As light as I can go. And because I'm using the gray of my paper as my middle tone. And so that's where I get to go lighter and darker from that gray. So that's why you have to use your gray paper. If you were on white paper, you wouldn't be able to go any whiter. So this gives it this really cool extra dimension. So a lot of painters and work on, and drawers, they're working on a medium background, a medium value background, so they can go lighter or darker. So then you get to really control your lights. Most of the name of the game is controlling your whites. So I'm just slowly blocking in each one, and then what I want to do is make those separation lines disappear. And so you're going to see over time, I'm going to try to make them so less apparent. I want them to be there so we can see them, but I don't want them to rule everything. So now I'm going to keep working over it. And I noticed that my curve to the right side of the sphere is a little lumpy. So now there's the reflected light. So I've got to make that the next value. That reflected light that's on the very bottom there, it can't be too light. So it's going to go a darker value into the very darkest, the core shadow of the form, and then it's going to go one step up. So now I'm working on my background. Super important. We want to put it into an environment. So I'm blocking in. The light is on the darker side of the shape, and the dark is on the lighter side. So then what this allows to happen is that it puts an environment behind our sphere. So this shows the importance of the positive and negative space, the importance of foreground, background. So now I've got my smudge stick out. I'm going to start smudging and making it softer And I used my kneaded eraser a bunch. So now, you know, it's just working it. Squinting is a really great thing to do so that you can kind of see the essence of it, and it helps you see the whole piece. And I can see where things are off. Looking in the mirror is great. So there's all my step values on this piece. Light, shadow, form shadow, reflected light, cast shadow. So now we're going to go out onto the sidewalk and do a piece with our chalk. So you need black chalk and white chalk. And again, the gray is going to be our medium tone. So I've worked in the very beginning to lay down really light lines. I'm smearing it in instead of a smudge stick. I just need my fingers. And so there's my positive and a negative space. There's my shadow. It's darkest right up against it, and then it goes out on a gradation. It's a soft edge out towards the end. There's my negative space. So I want you to try to do several of these. Do 4 or 6 or 8 and see what they look like together. It's fun to walk around and fun to walk outside. So there's the piece at the end.